I'll admit it, I wasn't horrified when I first found the camera. I was curious. It was hidden in our living room, tucked into the fake vent cover near the ceiling. You wouldn't notice unless you were standing on a chair, dusting, which is exactly what I was doing when my hand brushed the edge and it rattled. When I pried it open, I found a tiny lens staring back at me. Not a smoke detector, not a motion sensor. A camera. And it wasn't plugged into any outlet, which meant it was battery-powered and Wi-Fi enabled. I froze for a minute, waiting for that wave of disgust, violation, call the cops now feeling. But instead, I thought, why? Why would my roommate have a hidden camera in the living room? My roommate Zach is odd. We're both 26, and we've lived together for about a year. He's one of those quiet, private guys who works in IT, never more specific, and pays his rent on time. He doesn't have many friends over, but when he does, they're the type who wear black hoodies indoors and talk in low voices. We're not close. We exchange pleasantries, split the utilities, and that's about it. And now apparently he films the living room when I'm not supposed to notice. At first, I told myself it was probably for security, but it wasn't pointed at the door. It was aimed toward the couch and kitchen. Toward me, whenever I'm home. I thought about confronting him. But then another idea came to me. If Zach wanted footage, I'd give him footage. Day 1. I staged a tearful phone call, sat on the couch, covered my face, fake sobbed, then screamed into the phone, "I know what you did to my sister." Day 2. I walked into frame with a trash bag, carefully dumping a bunch of red-stained clothing into it. Ketchup, obviously, but on camera? Suspicious as hell. Day 3. I pretended to read a letter and gasp, then whispered, "It can't be true. Not you, father." Then I laughed hysterically for 2 solid minutes. By day 5, I was having the time of my life. Little staged episodes, just for Zach's mystery camera. One night, I sat on the couch with a giant knife, slowly peeling an apple without blinking. Another afternoon, I set a bowl of Jell-O on the table and stared at it for 20 minutes. If he wanted surveillance, I'd give him something worth watching. The first crack came a week later. Zach came home earlier than usual. I was mid-scene, sitting cross-legged on the couch in full clown makeup, sewing something into a pillowcase. He froze in the doorway. "What are you doing?" I smiled. "Just redecorating." He glanced at the vent, then at me. "You've been acting weird lately." "Oh, have I?" His jaw tightened. "Are you trying to make me look like some kind of freak?" That caught me off guard. "What are you talking about?" "I know what you're doing," he said. "You think I don't notice? You're staging things in front of the camera. Busted. But I played dumb." "What camera?" That night, I checked the vent. The camera was still there. But now I noticed something I hadn't before. A small sticker with a serial number and the letters PD Police Department. My stomach dropped. The next morning, I searched the exact model online. Sure enough, it was part of a surveillance kit used by law enforcement for evidence collection in ongoing investigations. I started putting things together. Zach's weird hours, the shady friends, the sudden camera. Oh God. Zach wasn't spying on me, he was under investigation. My performances, the trash bag, the fake bloody clothes, the insane conversations. All of it had been recorded by the police. I'd turned his surveillance footage into a deranged highlight reel. That evening, 2 men in plain clothes knocked on our door. One flashed a badge. "Ma'am, we need to ask you some questions about your roommate." I wanted to crawl into the floorboards. They didn't explain details, just said they'd been, monitoring the premises, and that some unusual activity had been noted. Then one of them gave me a long look and said, "You seem to enjoy the camera." I stammered something about performance art and TikTok trends, but their expressions didn't change. When they left, Zach emerged from his room, pale and furious. "Do you have any idea what you've done?" I said nothing. "They were this close to a sting," he hissed, holding his fingers an inch apart. "Months of work. Now they think the place is compromised because you couldn't mind your own business." "You could have told me," I snapped. "I couldn't," he said flatly. "That's the point of a sting. That was 3 days ago. The camera is gone now. Zach barely speaks to me. I keep wondering if they'll come back. The detectives, the questions, maybe even a subpoena for me to explain why I faked disposing of bloody clothes on police surveillance. The worst part? A tiny piece of me misses the game, and every time I walk past the vent, I half expect to see that little lens winking at me, waiting for the next scene.